Good morning, students. This is Shanghita ma'am, and I welcome all of you in my English grammar class today. So today our topic is tense. Tense is one of the most important part of English grammar, and we will discuss tense in this video. But before doing that, let me discuss what is a verb. So a verb is a doing word that shows an action, a state or an event. It describes what the subject is doing in a sentence. Without a verb, full thoughts cannot be properly conveyed. Look at the picture over here, students. Maria sings, Robbie drives a car. So here Maria is singing, the subject is singing. Here Robbie drives a car, that means Robbie is the subject and he is driving a car. So the verb over here shows singing and driving, these two actions. So we have come to know that an action always takes place at a particular time. So the time when the action takes place is the tense. In short, tense means time of an action. Now let me discuss the definition. Tense is used to show the time at which the action of a verb takes place. So, an action of a verb takes place in a particular time, that is denoted by tense. Tense shows the time. It tells if the action continues. It also signals the completion of an action, whether the action is completed or not. For example, I run, the sentence is written in present tense. I ran, it is written in past tense. And I will run, the sentence is written in future tense. So here we have learned that there are three types of tenses in English grammar: past tense, present tense and future tense. These are the three types of tenses. Further, each of these tenses are divided into four categories: simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. That means simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. These are the four categories that each of these tenses are divided into. Now let us talk about the present tense. Simple present tense indicates an action which happens in the present. Simple present tense indicates changing situations, general truths, habit, fixed arrangements and frequently occurring events. It also refers to the present situation. So the simple present tense is used to indicate the following condition. The habit. She goes for a walk every day. So it is her habit. So to indicate the habit, we use simple present tense. To denote regular action, the regular action is the cobbler mends shoes. So it is the regular action of a cobbler. So here is also simple present tense is used. Now look at the next example to denote current situation. Tom is unwell. So how is Tom? Tom is unwell. So here is also simple present tense used. General truths or fact. Trees give us oxygen. Universal truth. The sun rises in the east. This is a universal truth. So we use simple present tense to indicate universal truth as well. So these are the places where we use simple present tenses. The simple present tense resembles the base verb, but we need to add s, es or ies to a base verb when the subject is in the third person and singular number. So I think students, you have noticed that in some places I have added after the verb ses or ies. Why is it so? To know the answer, we need to know the concept of person. So there are three persons in English grammar: first person, second person, and third person. First person, the example of first person is I and we. Second person, you. Third person, he, it, she, they, etc. For the first person, there is no need to add s or es after the main verb. For the second person as well, there is no need to add s or es after the main verb. But after the third person singular number, we add it, the s or es. Okay. So look at the table over here. I, me, my, mine. These are first person in singular number. We, us, our, ours. These are plural number in first person. In second person, you, yours, your. Third person, he, she, it, him, her, his, hers, its. These are singular number, and they, them, theirs. These are plural number. Let's look at the sentences. In first person, I walk. In plural number, we walk. Take a look at the sentence. We have not used s or es after the main verb. But here in third person singular number, he walks, she walks, it walks. But after they, we have not added s or es. Why? Because they, though it is third person, but it is plural in number. Let us look at some other examples. In first person, I talk or we talk. In second person, you talk. In third person, he talks, she talks, it talks. But in plural number, in third person plural number, it is they talk. There is no need to add s or es in plural number. Okay, only in third person singular number we have to add. In present tense we have to add s or es. Okay, now take a look at some other examples as well. He studies English. Ken studies English. Ken's boss studies English. My sister studies English. She plays the piano. Kim plays the piano. My classmate plays the piano. His uncle plays the piano. So here, in all the sentences, look at the subject. In the subjects, you will see that all the subjects are in third person and singular number in present tense. So that is why after the main verb study, I have added over here IES. Okay, because the subject is in third person singular number in present tense. We will discuss more about the tense in our next videos, students. So I hope you have understood this much and you have enjoyed today's class with me. Thank you, children.